right, we're back with another Bloomburrow quick draft. Starting us off with, we have a gold rare with Camellia, the Seed Miser. This card is good if you are in Squirrels, for sure. It's just, are we going to be in Squirrels? It's a hotly contested archetype, though obviously we are playing against, we're drafting against computers, rather. But this card, like, is quite strong. Where you sacrifice one or more foods, you create a 1/1 squirrel, and then you just get to pump up all your squirrels. And they all have menace. I don't know, it is like the strongest card in the pack. It feels like a pretty big bomb if we can get it going. Also, just being able to forage and make squirrels, I don't know. It's probably worth it. I don't think we want a Jolly Gerbil. Mousetrapper is also something. We could take this card and be playing some Mousetrapper shenanigans. Seedglaive Mentor, like these cards are quite strong. Sticky Tongue Sentinel is also good. Shortbow ends up doing some stuff. I wonder if it is worth it to take this card. It does have a very narrow application. And Mousetrapper also goes straight into a deck. So that is one thing. Like, this one just has a bunch of power. We don't get to splash very much in this format, so that's what the hard thing is. It's like, I'm not really going to take this and be like, oh, well, I'm playing blue-black. I can splash green for this card, because then most of your creatures are going to be rats anyway, so it doesn't do a bunch. You really just want to be in the squirrel deck. But I think it might be strong enough just to take. We don't have like a premium removal spell in this. We have two really expensive ones. Sticky Tongue Sentinel is really strong, but also significantly better in the Frogs deck. Seedglaive Mentor has the same issue that we have with Camellia, so we're probably just not going to take a worse gold card. And Mousetrapper is also really strong as long as we have stuff to target it. So I think we just take Camellia and just be like, maybe we're squirrels, you know? I think it's worth it, and then we just kind of pick from there. Let's just do that. Well, immediately after that, there's a Fountain Port, which is kind of interesting, but I don't always know if games go long enough for Fountain Port to be really worth it. Otterball Antics, not something we care about. Ruthless Negotiation. Plume-Creed Mentor, super strong, but it just doesn't super come together. Longstock Brawl, though, like, Longstock Brawl is a reason to be like, oh, sweet, we could definitely be in green. That's a pretty strong, it's a cheap removal spell. Also, there's a Bonebind Orator, which we can get later, but is a good squirrel for the deck. Sunshower Druid is fine. Patchwork Banner also pushes us into a specific creature type. I wonder if we also just... How is this card just, like, busted? This means that we're going into squirrels for sure. Sorry, not busted, but, like, if you happen to be doing the Kindred thing, this card is strong. But I think besides that, people don't really want it. I think we'd rather just take a bread and butter like removal spell in green. Because besides that, Fountain Port is really good for long games where we want to like make a bunch of stuff. This, in combination with Camellia, does let us draw a bunch of cards if we're just sacrificing our squirrels. So there's that. But I think Longstock Brawl is probably what we want. And then we don't want to get too cheeky here. Well, moving right along, Hazel's Nocturne is really strong, but so is the Forager. I think I kind of like the Forager better than the Nocturne. 4 mana, return 2 creatures back to your hand, though, and each opponent loses 2 life. That is pretty interesting. But Forager is also just a creature and a squirrel and does the things. And Nocturne, we need more things going on. And Forager seems good enough for me to continue down the squirrel path. Like, nothing else is super exciting in this pack either. Like, Heirloom Epic, no. Like Whisker Scribe, no. We'll take that. All right, this is the first pack that's kind of like, ooh, I don't really know. Like, the only, like, full green card is Sunshower Druid. Okay, so we could take Sunshower Druid here. That is something. Mudflap Village would be definitely more into the squirrely thing. Currently, that's the only card that cares specifically about squirrels. Curious Forager does actually just do work in green decks, and Longstock Brawl is also fine in just green decks. So maybe Wandertail Mentor and see if we go into like the Raccoon type of strategy where we're expending. This card is really strong because you just could, like, it gets huge. And as far as squirrel decks go, like the Mudflap Village is probably the best card, which I'm not obsessed with these, and I don't think we for sure need one. Rabbit Response is also here if we end up going into wanting a rabbit thing, but double white is really hard to just like go into. And Feather of Flight wants to be a mouse card. So let's take the Mentor here. I think that opens us up to either green-black or green-red, but we're trying to be green. Is it probably one of the strongest cards? Okay, well, Blooming Blast. Blooming Blast is here. We deal 2 damage to something, and then if we gift them a treasure, we deal 3 damage to their controller. That's pretty interesting. I do like that card. And this Mage also does some work, but is kind of more focused into like the blue decks. Peerless Recycling, I think is strong, but sometimes I take it too highly. Tree Guard Duo is also something that we could like. It goes in basically any of the green decks just because it just is really strong. I wonder if Blooming Blast is like the pick here though, because maybe it's looking like we're going into this other deck though. I think Blooming Blast might work a little bit better in some other decks. 2 mana for 2 damage is not a lot. So there is that. And if we do go into the Raccoon deck, it doesn't necessarily actually expend enough mana, while Tree Guard Duo does. I kind of like that. Tree Guard Duo does hit expend 4, which is most of the expend cards. So maybe we take the Tree Guard Duo, we don't take the Blooming Blast, because it just doesn't kill enough stuff. Let's do that. Play more threats. Well, Rush Shield Rampager over some blue cards we're not interested in. Veteran Guard Mouse we don't really want to play. And then Stargaze. Look at twice X cards from the top of your library. Put X cards from among them into your hand and put the rest into your graveyard. You lose X life. Still don't want to play this card. Let's take the Rampager and just be green. Okay, Thornplate Intimidator. It's also Bumbleflower Share Pot if we're going into a little bit more of a foragey type thing. And then Frilled Sharpshooter does do some stuff, but I don't think we like Fountain Port Bell. It puts the land on top of your library, which seems just like brutal. We just took 2 4-drops back to back, and this Sharpshooter seems kind of bad, but Bumbleflower Share Pot also seems kind of bad if it's trying to be our removal spell. If it's just kind of making food, I guess that's something. Ruthless Negotiation isn't the worst spell also. Just, it's like a mind rot that takes a little while. It also exiles the cards, so that's a big deal. And we do get a card back from it. This is kind of a hard pick. I don't think Thornplate Intimidator is any good. Is that really that good? And Frilled Sharpshooter is perfectly fine. But a 4-mana 3/3, it has to be a 4-mana 4/4. Otherwise, it's just an absolute disaster. Let's take the Negotiation, even though I don't know if we're going to play it or not. Well, Scales of Shale. We have a Bandit's Talent. Both interesting. Tidecaller Mentor. Would have liked that in a different deck. Alania's Pathmaker does draw us cards. But I think Bandit's Talent is just going to be better than these. Yeah, Conduct Electricity, but there's Early Winter. Yeah, some of these red cards have not been super exciting. Mind Spiral, Skyskipper Duo. Let's take the Early Winter. I think we have... There's more reason for us to want to be in this. Junkblade Bruiser. That is kind of a payoff for our Expend deck if we want to do that. Or a Sunshower Druid, which just helps with little things. But ultimately, it doesn't do a lot. We do not want another Ruthless Negotiation. Let's take the Junkblade Bruiser. Starforged Sword. Don't love it. I'll take the Dire Sight, but I also don't know if we want to cast that. Mind Drill Assailant or the Mazzacap's Brew. It's a lot better in the Mice decks, I think. But we're probably not going to play this like Mind Drill Assailant anyway. Let's take the Brew and a War Squeak. Okay, we're still kind of waffling back and forth about what we want to do. Though, Coiling Rebirth does seem pretty interesting. Thundertrap Trainer, not things we want. But down here, we do have a Vine Reap Mentor, which would be a really good card for our Squirrel deck. Coiling Rebirth seems cool, except for the fact that we don't have any huge creatures to bring back necessarily. And I just don't know if we care that much about it. Like, I think I'd be much happier with a 2-mana 3/2. Like this is just one of the best uncommons in the whole set. Like War Squeak, we're not super stoked on. Brew, we're not super stoked on. We got Wondertail Mentor and Junkblade Bruiser we like. But some of the rest of these cards, like maybe not the Dire Sight, but maybe some of these other. We are happy with it. I'm gonna take this Mentor here. Well, a Saver, that's huge. I think that's just what we're slamming. Bone Cash Overseer would be really great. And Daggerfane Duo would be happy with as well. Ren the Relentless, that's a cool card. It's really, really cool. But I think Saver, like we just can't pass up this card. That removal is just so nice. Ooh, Bushy Bodyguard. Stock in the Pantry. Driftgloom Coyote. Also, like, interesting stuff. There's a Take Out the Trash. Okay, it's kind of between those two. But let's take a Bushy Bodyguard. We can just, like, forage a bunch with these. Okay, this Squirrel deck seems like it's really happening. It's really happening. Another Tree Guard duo or a Glide Dive duo. Kind of interested in the 4-drop and, like, no Bandits talent there. Polywallop, Early Winter, Druid of the Spade, and Scales of Shale. And that short bow. Kind of like the short bow here. What if we take out our red-green cards? Take out Dire Sight, take out the Mentor. The Junkblade Bruiser is double green, so there's a possibility we could play it, but do we need these big cards? Short bow definitely helps some of our little guys get a little edge. Early Winter seems like too much. Scales of Shale could just be good enough. The lifelink is huge. Polywallop costing 4 mana is a bit much. I think maybe we take a short bow here. Just kind of goes into whatever we want. Ooh, Corpseberry Cultivator against the rest of these things. Yeah, I think so. Oak Hall Village has burned us. Burned us too much. I don't think we can handle it. Hazard Root Herbalist. We don't have enough tokens, I think, for it to really be that interesting. But I think we take it anyway, just in case. Because there's nothing else that exciting. Ooh, Tangle Tumbler. We can tap tokens we control. This card's actually pretty good if we have food tokens, right? It's a 3-mana 6/6 Vigilance that like can put counters on stuff. Or I'm fine taking that thing. Now we're a little bit more interested in making sure we have tokens. Blacksmith's Talent. That's going pretty late. Well, let's take the Share Pot. I guess we take the Sunshower Druid, but we're probably not going to play it. There's Stock in the Pantry or a Bark Form. We'll take Stock in the Pantry because there's a possibility it could be something. Take a black card, take a blue card. Alright, well, immediately it looks like we have a Husk Burster Swarm, which can be something. For each creature card you own in exile and in your graveyard. So that is kind of a payoff for what we're trying to do. Also, Galewind Moose is awesome and huge, obviously. Let's take these out. I don't think we want to play this. I'm iffy on the Stock in the Pantry. I don't know if Bandit's Talent and Ruthless Negotiation are really worth that much. I don't think we want to play the Mind Rot effect either. I do think we're kind of looking at... Daggerfane Duo is also part of the category, maybe. Moose is just huge. This is a 6/6 Meneth Death Touch. It costs very little. We might just want the Swarm because... How many creatures do we have? We have 10. It'll just be cheaper. I think we do take it. It works well in our deck. Hunter's Talent. That's what we're talking about. There's also a Patchwork Banner and another Tangle Tumbler. Pretty cool, but I think we take the Hunter's Talent here over like everything else and don't even think about it. I don't know if we need another Early Winter. Druid of the Spade would give us more value for having tokens, and keeping our tokens around could be something. 3-Tree Mascot would just help with our mana. There are no cash grabs currently, so that's kind of annoying. And more cards that make little tokens. I guess Camellia does make tokens too, so there is that. I think Early Winter is just so expensive that maybe we're just not interested in that. Maybe take out the Bruiser too. Let's take the Spade. Well, there's a lot of blue cards in this pack. Starscape Cleric. Does work if we're cracking our food to actually gain life, but Treetop Sentries just lets us draw a card, so I think we just take the 4 mana 2/4. That could be a 3/5. Stargaze, Ravine Raider, Dire Sight. Wow, there's a Brazen Collector. Well, we would have really liked that in our other deck, because we're kind of stuck just taking a Bumbleflower Sharepot here. It's pretty terrible. Here we go. Bonebind Orator. That's actually a card that matters, but look at these other cards. Daring Wave Rider and a Bramble Guard Captain. I mean, I think we're way too deep in this. I think that Pack 2 gave us a lot of hope. Ooh, Clifftop Lookout. Oh, it's a 3 mana 1/2. Wait. Enters, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal land. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. It seems kind of bad. It's just a 1/2. Starlight Soothsayer. Of cards that we don't necessarily need. Let's just take the flyer. Wow, another Daring Wave Rider. That's just crazy. Sure. Okay, Daggerfane Duo. We can take that. Let's take a black card. Let's take a Hidden Grotto over a 3/3 mascot. Probably. How much do we care about like a 2-drop that also happens to be a squirrel? How many squirrels do we have currently? Like 8? Okay, that's not a ton. But I could just take a Hidden Grotto and not care that much. Yeah, I think that's fine. Wow, how many Mind Rots can we get? All right, folks, this is our deck. We are playing black-green squirrels. And also, we have a synergy of, like, tokens. So we do have our pack 1 pick 1, obviously, Camellia, the Seed Miser. This is the reason we kind of went into squirrels. We did have some good, like, other cards that kind of came through. Some, like, interesting removal spells or stuff like that. So we did kind of get pushed into it a little bit. But at the end of the draft, it seems like it dried up just a bit. But this card's quite strong. Whenever we sacrifice our food, we make squirrels, like tokens. And then we can forage by just like ripping things out of our graveyard to put counters on all the other squirrels. And they all have menace. So this is the bomb. This is the card we want to protect and have the most of. It is awesome. It's so strong. But also we have a bunch of different like tokens lying around from either like Vine Root Mentor making food tokens or Bumbleflower Sharepot making food tokens. It makes our Tangle Tumbler like able to actually attack besides just putting counters on stuff, which is a pretty bad, like worst case scenario. It just sits there and puts counters on things. But I do think we have enough like tokens around to actually do the thing with things like Bushy Bodyguard as well as like the Rush Shield Rampager. Just getting more creature tokens on the battlefield that can jump into the Tangle Tumbler. And then we're a little light on removal, but we do have Savor, Hunter's Talent, a Longstock Brawl, and then Early Winter, as well as the Bumbleflower Sharepots, which primarily are here to make food and then be cards in graveyard. But, you know, every once in a while they will destroy some permanents. So that's nice. But in the end, I don't necessarily feel like this was open and maybe we held on a little bit too hard. But the things that were open were decks that we didn't necessarily want to play, like blue-red. And I don't. Maybe if we push too far away from blue-red, but this seems kind of medium. So we'll see how it goes. Who knows? Wow. Okay, well, we have a turn 2 squirrel into both of these nice ones. And we have all our colors. I think this is a great hand. Like, we probably just play Bushy Bodyguard just because, even though we don't get to forage, which is kind of a bummer. But it will get menace, so there's that. And then we can put counters on it. So I think it's totally fine. Against red, we'll see. Not the best card on turn 2, just because it's hard to get food in turn 1. Probably just want to play the Gooseberry Cultivator. Ooh, opponent just does that. Sure. I could also just Bandit's Talent, make them discard a card. We want to wait a little bit, probably. Let's get things on the board. Well, luckily our opponent can't play Take Out the Trash because they have the stupid Rock Face Village, which does kind of suck. All right, opponent's thinking. We do get to slam Chameleon and give our creatures menace, which is pretty good. And put counters and stuff if we want. Though maybe we want to save our removal spell. Ooh, Byway Barterer? No, we're definitely going to use our removal spell. Alright, so we play this. Oh, they do have to fight though, right? They fight. Alright, so we will put a +1/+1 counter. We'll give them a tapped fish, but we will do that. And attack for 4. Byway Barterer is far too strong for them to have. I would not like them to have that card. Thank you. Like next turn, I guess they don't want to discard their hand next turn because they have way too many cards, but in the future, it's going to be very strong. Opponent's going to immediately just spend their turn to exile our squirrel. Jeez. But we do get to play Bandit's Talent and level it up, so there is that. Oh, or we could just play Bandit's Talent and Druid of the Spade. Probably don't think we want to attack and trade with this stupid fish, so we can't forage, but we will attack for 2. Bandit's Talent, discard a card. Or discard 2 lands, up to you, opponent. But at least Bandit Talent gets like a real card. Okay, well that wasn't a real card. That kind of sucked. Alright, but playing more 2/3s. Something that makes a token would be kind of nice. But also, next turn we can just completely level up our Bandit's Talent. That just might be the thing to do. Make our opponent less interested in just playing the cards in their hand. Because then we get to start drawing cards and making them lose life. So that would be good, but... Alright, opponent, what are we doing? What's the plan? We just have a bunch of 2-power creatures, so... Not super exciting. Guess we could have just traded it off so we have... Ooh, alright. So that's just going to kill that guy. Alright, so we might as well just have attacked last turn. Though I guess they wasted their Hunter's Talent on it, so we're kind of happy with that. And they're not super excited about actually attacking. Alright, well, attack for 4. Then let's level this up. Level it up again. And the turn with the card in our hand. Most of our cards cost like 4 or less, so I don't think we need to play this. I like that opponent's having a hard time. Ooh, didn't play anything. Alright, kind of nerve-wracking, but... Alright, I guess we just attack again. Nothing to forage. I mean, there's nothing we can really do. I have to wait until our opponent shows us cards. Sure. Maybe have like some sort of pump spell or something. Blooming Blast, sure. We get a treasure. I'll play a swamp and now I have a token. That was pretty nice, because now we get to kill them next turn. The fact that they gave us the treasure is really surprising. Oh, they just die? Opponent just gave us a treasure so we get to win the game? I'm so confused. They did not have to give us a treasure. Okay. They went from going from 8-6 to 8-4 to losing the game. Sure, that was really surprising. I wonder what they were thinking. Maybe they just forgot that our creature did that, or they just felt like it was hopeless. I'm not sure. Okay, we don't really have a 2-drop, but we have the Gooseberry Cultivator and the Treetop Sentries. But Treetop Sentries would really like to draw a card. Tingle Tumbler seems like it's gonna be pretty brutal. I wish we kind of had more cash grabs, honestly. That would have made our deck with our Tingle Tumbler a lot better. Maybe we just shouldn't be playing it. Ooh, that was lucky. That was really good. This is what we wanted. Because now we get a token. We can trade off, get another token, play Tingle Tumbler, have a 6/6. Yeah, we're fine. That's fine. Tingle Tumbler. Pass the turn. Alright. Cool. So let's do this. Wow, that was a really good draw. I could Hunter's Talent and level it up, too. Kill the little one, level it up. Now we get to attack for 7 trample. Yeah! Smash him. Veteran Guard Mouse. Pretty good. Wow, they're attacking us. Well, I think we're going to do a good amount of damage here. Get him a body bag. We could draw a card, or I could just play some creatures. I could play a 2-3 or a 2-4. Let's just play a 2-3. I guess it doesn't really matter. Vanishing Light, the Tangle Tumbler. You gotta. You gotta do it. Alright, doesn't really matter then. Now we get to sacrifice a bunch of stuff. This will get trample. So we still get to attack through. Sure. I think we just sacrifice our food now. Now that that's gone, we don't care. This gets bigger. Double block. Alright. We can trade with the mouse. Deal 4 there. Then I get to play Treetop Sentries. Eat this. Draw a card. And then play Bumbleflower Sharepot. And we can get back our Tinkle Tumbler if we want, I guess. But we probably just want to kill them. I don't think we need that card to win. Cool. Sure. Let's attack for 3. Maybe take out the trash. Oh, this is only a sorcery. Well, we got a fish. We still trade off and deal 1 to them. Not too worried about it. Also now, because I can play Druid of the Spade, have a token here, and I can play the Forager, sacrifice this, get back my Mentor. Pass the turn? I guess we could just play this, doesn't really matter. Now we'll have 2 trample attackers plus the Sharepot. Gecko. Collector. Sure. Ooh, yeah, sure. Kill this thing. Saver. Yeah, that was brutal. Man, that was a really lucky, really lucky we got that Vine Reap Mentor just to go off. We just got to go off with our Tingle Tumbler and get them so low that, like, the aggressive deck just couldn't keep up. That was awesome. Well, we have our colors, and we do have a 2-drop technically, so I think we should just keep this. Ooh, and they had a mulligan, and they have a 1-drop. Alright, well, we do get to get rid of one of their cards in their hand. That's pretty nice. Tinkle Tumbler seems like it's going to be kind of bad. Alright, Brazen Collector. We unfortunately don't actually get to play real things to the board, but making them lose another card is nice. Sure. Interesting. Okay, sure. And they're just going to pump it up. You gotta pump it up. Alright, we go to 14. That's not the best. We will just play a Druid of the Spade. Pass the turn. Next turn we can play Daggerfang Duo and the Swamp. Ooh, Gev. Ooh, Gev's not good. Play 3 Tree Guard too. No, maybe we do this first. Let's play Daggerfang Duo. Elect to not mill any cards. I guess we could. We don't have any things. Doesn't. Yeah. Sure, that's fine. No tax. Now they're going to take some damage for not having cards in their hand. Ho ho, Larealm, thanks so much for the bits. 7 bits. Hell yeah, buddy. Wow, they're really coming in hot here, aren't they? Gonna pump it up even more. Alright, well, let's just kill this thing. We'll take the 4, which is not great. Well, we got something. We don't have a bunch of cards. Our opponent just scooped it up. Wow, they didn't want to play the rest of the game? Okay, we'll take it. Yes! Opponent goes first. We have 2 3-drops, or 3 3-drops and a 4-drop. I don't think we can toss this hand. But it is slow. Ooh, thank God. There's a 2-drop. Oof, coming in to save the day, 2-drop. Ooh, an opponent doesn't have their own? Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Cash grab? Ooh, paw patch formation. Okay. Just make a foods. Tutu. Wonder if I just want to throw some stuff in my graveyard. Because I have a Forager. That tries to get big, it can't. We could just do that. Yeah. Well, those are cards that we kind of like. I guess we do just attack. Probably should have attacked first. Camellia would be really great if we had Menace. Lily Splash Mentor. That's pretty surprising. We did get a land though. That's pretty great. We could just play a Rampager, or do we want to wait until we can actually like make 2 creatures? They don't have. Oh, this is what gives them blue mana, right? So if we had a way to kill that, that would be really nice. We don't. We could play a Gooseberry Cultivator, not super exciting. Let's just attack with both. Get them to 5. I think we just play a 4/4. On this board, having the other one is not that exciting. And trading off our creatures so we can forage would be kind of nice. What is going on? Is everyone just giving up? That felt like it was really contentious. Like, I don't know what was in their hand, but they are at 13. We only had 1 more creature than they did. Like, they had really good trades. And they just gave up. Wow, that's like, okay. I know, like, you know, people can get salty, but I don't think that was necessarily a time to do that. That was way early. Note for all of you out there, don't concede that early. You never know what's going to happen. My hand could be terrible after that. You don't know. Okay, this isn't actually a very good hand. Our opponent goes first, but we can't really play something until turn 4, but we can surveil to get something going, so I think we still keep it. I do also get to surveil on turn 1, which is kind of nice, because we don't want any more lands. 0 lands. Well, that's not good news. Okay, at least we get that guy on turn 3. We could play this short bow. But he's just a 3/2, which is kind of annoying, but that's fine. Whoa, nice. Ooh, Daggerfang Duo. Maybe we play Daggerfang Duo, mill ourselves. Nice. That was a really good mill. We could trade with this, but I don't think that their deck cares about hitting us to do... Oh, they're just going to play this. Target creature gets +X + whatever. Oh, so I could just trade? Or I could take 5. make this bigger. Maybe I just don't. Take 5 is a lot. Sure. Ooh, Saver also. Let's put the short bow on the duo. Attack for 4. Then I'll play my own Cinder Cutthroat. It's got a counter on it. Starforged Sword. Apologies. Well, that's gonna be so expensive. Sure. Yeah, whatever. Okay. I have Death Touch. That's gonna cost so much to put on something. I guess it only costs 3. Okay. I thought it was more than that, but that's still fine. We could just kill this if we want. So play a Forest. Tree Guard duo on the fish. So we get to attack with both of them. And then I can also just not even give you a fish. Shoot that thing. Dead. Attack for 8. They should just give up now. Look at this. No way. We can put our short bow on something and kill something? Okay, well we can't kill that, but... Oh. Oh, buddy. Oh, this is gonna suck for you. Give it Menace. Attack with everybody. Block there, sure. What are you gonna play? Okay. But not do the thing. Okay, you go to 3. I play a 2/2. Might as well just give up. Yeah, yes. Just give up like everybody else. Wow, we have a lot. 3 different 2-drops and 2 3-drops. We go first. Really need that extra land, but Swamp Pass. We'll start with our Orator, obviously. The talents don't do a lot right now. Daggerfang Duel will be nice. And there's our land, right on time. Like, right on schedule. This is amazing. I'm loving this. Opponent's playing Boros. Okay, Blacksmith's Talent, sure. That is fine. We'll just attack for 2. Then Daggerfang Duo, dump everything into the yard. Milling 2, ooh. Would have liked that Saver, but I guess we have a Hunter's Talent. They play a 2-drop. We don't care about the 2-drop. We play Hunter's Talent. Kill that. And then we could also just level this up. I think we do. Get more damage in. Boom, boom. Go to 12. Veteran Guard Mouse. Sure. I can also just attack with this and just be like, what do you want to do? Do I just draw a card? Or do I make them discard cards? Let's just draw a card. That seems good. Now we just get to draw cards when they don't block our Daggerfang Duo. Ooh, they must have something. Very interesting. Very interesting. Maybe we just do a conservative attack, even though we have removal in our hand. Sure. If they're going to give it first strike or something, we do get to kill it. And getting 2 cards out of their hand seems great. Though, stranding them with a pump spell in their hand also sounds kind of nice. Sure, I guess they get to scry. Guess letting them block was probably not a good deal. Exile this. Just give up, baby. Just give up. There's no hope for you. Yeah. Oh, then we were going to draw a card. They were so ready to give up, too. They had their hand on the concede button. 6-0, baby. 6-0. We're going. Ah, yes. Oh. Oh, opponent goes first, but we get Vine Reap Mentor. Hell yeah, buddy. Tap land and screen. We'll play an untapped green land. Better. Frogs. Drawing cards is not something we're interested in them doing. Mentor. Make a food. Ooh, 3 colors. Wow. Interesting, interesting. Let's attack him for 3. Okay. Let's duo. Mill myself. Sure. That's good. Make my Husker cheaper. Got a lot of 3/2s in my deck, so... God. Gotta love a 2-mana 3/2. There are a lot of these in Aether Drift, so I'm excited. Bye! My wife's going to work. Bye-bye. Okay. What do we got, opponent? Island, sure. Kill the Vine Reap Mentor, sure. At this point, that's the card I want you to kill. Opponent's thinking. Like, I kind of want to just play this Orator and the Shortbow next turn. That sounds like a nice little... An SLT. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So now our options are a little bit different. But I think we still just Shortbow, get that attack in. I'm going to put this on the Mentor. We get to attack for 7. An opponent has to decide. That's what we want. That's all we've ever wanted. All right, we'll keep it. Opponent's at 10. If they start to kill our stuff, we will be able to get some of it back, which is nice. Ooh, opponent says go ahead. We'll play a Force for turn. They have a lot of untapped mana, but I still think we just say, okay, let's go. Let's rumble. Ambusher, target creature gets -1/-1. Okay, that happens. And you're going to eat the Daggerfang duo and that. Okay, sure. Sure. Get that. I could just slam the Husker. Or I could play Scavenger... Bumblefly. I kind of like that. Scavenger. Let's eat this thing. Get a Daggerfang duo. And then I also want to play a Sharepot. Guess to be fair, maybe like Orator would have been a little bit better, but... They can flicker the Pawn Prophet. Yeah, go for it. Becomes a 2/2. So there is that. They get to draw a card. Okay, here we go. No blocks against that thing. Ooh, Longstock Brawl. That's kind of interesting. We could spend 5 mana to kill one thing and then trade with something else. We probably don't want to do that. I can Daggerfang Duo fight the 4/4. I can also Daggerfang Duo fight this thing. Attack. Take. Gonna lose it anyway. Kill that. Put this on here. Attack for 4. Opponent goes to 6. Attacks for 2. Feels like a trick. So we just, there's... Sure, they get some damage and they can flicker it and then they get to... do, you know, they flicker it and then they get to untap it and it's a 2/2 blocker again, but... Do they have another downwind guy? We might as well just blow this up, I guess. They have something planned for us. Oh. That's all? They're just drawing... Oh, they're drawing it back. The same one. Okay, sure. And we'll trade. Okay. But now our Huskburster is cheap, so we can play Huskburster and Bonebind Orator. And Burster's just Menace Death Touch. That's just enough. And if we draw another land, we'll have enough to kill both of their creatures. I'll flicker that for sure. They draw a ton of cards. Grotto. Dump a land. We don't want the land. I could play Share Pot, but I can also just do this. Plus this. Put the bow on this. Next turn we Share Pot, kill something, and then it'll just be too much for him. Unless they can play like 2 creatures right now, which they easily can. Oh. Not obsessed with that. Ooh, 3-tree duo. That is pretty nice. Make another food. Kill this guy. Eddie Crab, tap down our guys. They get to attack for 9. Another Pawn Profit. Attacking for 9 is a lot, but at least our creatures have Vigilance, which is pretty nice. I don't think they can attack with their Eddie Crab for fear of the Bonebind Orator doing something, unless they kill it right now. Ooh, and we're dead. Shoot. Eddie Crab was not something I was expecting. Okay. Guess that would have been a reason to 3-tree duo. But I thought we had them there. Well, took our first loss of the entire run to a pretty solid Frogs deck. It seemed like every single card they had really worked together. Except for that black card was really annoying. The Peerless Recycling into returning them back and then flashing it in. I just thought they had another one, but I didn't think they were going to just get everything back. All right, we have a 2-drop, and then we can put the short bow on it, I guess. That'll be the plan. Ooh, we got a better 2-drop. Storm Catch Mentor, okay. Sure, Fine Reap Mentor. Make a food. Take it out. Take it out of the trash. Sure. We get to make another food. They attack. Ooh, I think we just mill ourselves. Mill myself. Ooh. Oh, I did not remember that that's what this does. Oh, man. Opponent is wrecking us right now. We needed land. Hell yeah. That was a lucky draw. We needed it so we could do this. Because I need to just draw some more cards. Make a big blocker. 2-4. No attacks. Fantastic news. I could just put a short bow on it, or I could play... Oh, I can't play Bandit's Talent and the Orator. I could probably just play Bandit's Talent, play the short bow, pass. Or I can play Orator, short bow, pass. Or I can play short bow, equip. No, I think we probably just want to play this. And short bow and pass the turn. I don't think we want to attack here. Eddie Merc Crab. Holy crap. Are you going to die to Eddie Merc Crab again? 5/6. It's not enough, but it's a lot. Yikes. Flame Cash Gecko. Get some more stuff. Jeez. Gossip's Talent. That's no good. Alright. And then I want to put this on something that will be good. I guess just here so they both can attack this turn. Go to 12. And then we probably just double block this guy, and it can kill either the treetop or the Otterball Antics. Don't like that. With power 3 or less. Okay, so make more guys. Okay. Just attack for 3. Can't block it. Go to 7. That's pretty brutal. I kind of want to play this. But getting more creatures also sounds kind of nice too. I don't think we're going to die next turn. We're going to have to crack this for actual life in this case. Gossip's Talent is actually a big problem. Because we can't block any of their stuff. But we can put the short bow on the Rust Shield Rampager so it can attack. Eddie Merc Crab has to trade with it. Okay, just attacking for 2 now. Interesting. Alright. Night Fisher. Okay, so that's actually really bad because we can't really block it. I don't have a way of getting that guy. I need to eat that. Oh, this has reach now. I forgot that I would get reach. Okay, that actually helps a lot. But I do have to actually kill them. Because they're just going to attack us. Discard some cards. Draw a new card. Kind of had to play this card last turn, actually. That's kind of a brutal. Like, Night Fisher can't attack. But they attack for 2. I really need to blow up this Gossip's Talent. Or put an extra counter here. That's not super great. I guess I should have just attacked with this last turn. Trade there. Now this costs 4. They lose 2 life. Opponent's digging through their deck. If they have a bounce spell, we're not... Oh, we're dead. If they have a bounce spell, we're dead. Or if they can tap the Husk Burster... Ooh, well, I guess we kind of have to block it here, so... We're going to lose our dude, but we do get to... Oh, I forgot this had reach 2. Take out the trash. They trade. We're at 3. Oh, man, that was a really good pull, actually. This is 1, 4, 5. 1, 2, 6. Plus almost enough. Oh, plus this? Oh, perfect. Attack with everybody. Opponent dies to our bandits talent. Come on, let's go. Let's go. This is it. This is it right here, folks. Just give up. You're going to die from the bandits talent. Yes! Yes, we did it. Woo, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, that was so... Wow, that top deck. It really looked like the game was over for us. Like, they just draw 1 spell to be able to, like, bump this guy up, and then we're dead. And we got the Tree Guard duo in just perfect timing. Oh, that was so good. Bandits talent. Coming in clutch. That was good. We did it! Trophy! Trophy! It was nice because the Tangle Tumbler is something I was kind of worried about, and we only drew it when it was perfect. Like, we drew it and we're like, oh, this hand could be bad. And then we immediately got the Vine Reap Mentor that they ended up killing to give us the tokens that we could use to kill them. Or they gave us a token somehow, I can't remember. But, like, this deck doesn't even look that good, right? Like, we have, like, 1 rare... Like, we don't have a busted bombs. We don't have a bunch of removal. We have, like, pretty bad removal, in fact. But we ended up being to edge out our opponents just enough through all the games. And some of them were, like, really, really intense. Man, Shortbow is actually phenomenal. Just the Vigilance reach is so amazing. Like, that saved us that last game. Yeah, this was sweet. Like, I feel like we were missing some, like, important Squirrel cards, or maybe some more Savers would have been really important. But it ended up all coming together, and we got that trophy. We got some really aggressive wins, too, which I love. And our opponents just kept giving up. So, hey, it turns out that if your opponents see, like, Swamp Forest, they're just going to give up. And, yeah, that's what we did. We made them give up. Good times. Feels great to get a trophy. We did it.